u of minus n minus 1. So this is the inverse Z transform. Okay, so this is for the inverse Z transform. Now I'll take one more ROC for this one. I'll take here one more ROC, the region of convergence for this one. I'll take here. So first we have taken the positive Z-sided sequence we have taken. That is the ROC Z is greater than 1. So this is the positive sided sequence, and this is the double-sided sequence here, where the ROC is going to lie like this here. So for this one, we can write the ROC like this. So the two poles are located here. One pole is at 1/2. The other pole is at 1 here. So for this one, let us draw the two concentric circles. So this is the ROC. This is the ROC. Okay, so this ROC is going to present here. And for the first one, you can take the ROC for this problem. So this is for the two double-sided sequence. The ROC is going to lie above the 1/2 and less than the 1, so that we are going to get like this. And for this one, the ROC is going to lie outside the circle, that is 1. So the two poles are located. One is at 1/2. The other one is at 1. So the ROC is going to lie. This is the real part, and this is the imaginary part. So the ROC is going to lie outside the circle. The ROC is going to lie outside the circle. Okay. This is for the positive sided sequence. Now I'll take one more case. One more case is possible here. Okay. One more case is possible. So take the ROC. So I'll consider the third case. The ROC for Z is less than 1/2. The ROC is going to consider Z is less than 1/2. We are going to consider. Okay, so where Z is less than 1/2 means both are the negative sided sequence here. So for the negative sided sequence, we are going to take the minimum of the two ROCs will be considered here. Minimum of the two ROCs. So Z is less than 1/2. So we have X of Z. So I'm going to recall again the X of Z here. So it is 2Z divided by Z minus 1 plus Z divided by Z minus 1/2. So here the poles are located at Z is equal to 1 and Z is equal to the 1/2. The two poles are located here. Two poles are located here. Now the ROC is taken. Z is less than 1/2 means. So we can write like this. So since the ROC is Z is less than 1/2, so this is 1/2. Another pole is at 1 here. So this is the real part of the Z, and this is the imaginary part of the Z. Imaginary part of the Z. So the ROC is going to lie inside the circle. Okay. The ROC is going to lie inside the circle here. So means it's both of the negative sided sequence here. ROC does not contains any poles here. The ROC is going to lie inside the circle. So it is nothing but the negative sided sequence will get. Okay. So we can take. So both are the negative sided sequence. Negative sided sequences. Okay, now the ROC for the negative sided sequence is we know that. So we know that. So minus beta to the power of n into u of minus n minus 1. So if we take the Z transform of this one, so it is Z divided by Z minus beta. So for Z is less than beta. For Z is less than beta. So this is the ROC is going to lie. Z is less than beta. The ROC is going to lie inside the circle, the region of convergence. So based on the region of convergence, we need to find out whether the sequence is a negative sided sequence or the positive sided sequence. That's why the properties of ROCs are very important. Now we'll take the inverse Z transform based on this one. So taking inverse Z transform, taking inverse Z transform of X of Z, taking inverse Z transform of X of Z. So this will be the inverse Z transform of X of Z is nothing but X of n, and this is nothing but so minus 2 into 1 to the power of n into so u of minus n minus 1 plus 1/2. So this is minus will come here outside this one 1/2 into u of minus n minus 1. U of minus n minus 1. So this is the minus is there. So I'll put a bracket for this one minus 1 also. Now let us rewrite this sequence. So X of n is equal to 1 to the power of n is nothing but 1 only. So minus 2 into u of minus n minus 1 minus 1/2 to the power of n into u of minus n minus 1. So this is the inverse Z transform. based on the ROCs, we can have the different time domain sequences. If the ROC is going to lie outside the circle, it's a positive sided. If it is going to lie between the two concentric circles, it's a double sided. If it is going to lie inside the circle, it is the negative sided sequence. Negative sided sequences. Okay, so similarly, we'll consider the similar different kind of problems here. So only these based on these three different types of problems will come. That's it here, depending on the ROC. So you need to think if the ROC lie outside the circle, positive. Between it's a concentric circle, since it's a double-sided sequence, and if it is lies inside the circle, it is nothing but the negative-sided sequence we have to assume here. Now we'll take some more problems based on the region of convergence. Okay, the region of convergence will play a very important role. So based on this one only, we are going to find out the sequences. So let us consider the next problem. So for this one also we'll consider the two different ROCs we'll consider. So the ROC they will be given. So based on that one, we need to find out the sequences. So right. So consider. We'll take the problem. X of z is equal to -1 plus 5 into z inverse divided by 1 minus 3 by 2 into z inverse plus 1 by 2 into z to the power of -2. 1 by 2 into z to the power of -2. So here all the terms is in terms of the z inverse is there. So let us multiply with the highest negative power. The highest negative power is nothing but z square. Let us multiply all the terms with the z to the power of +2 for both the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so multiply by z square. So the highest power in the denominator is z square only. So we'll multiply so that the negative terms will become the positive terms here. So it has become x of z is equal to z. It will become minus z square plus 5 into z. Okay, so z square minus 3 by 2 into z plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 will get 1 by 2. So now we need to factorize this one. This is a quadratic expression. We need to factorize this one here. So here one thing we need to do it. So what we should do is we should convert this in the form of, let us take z common from the numerator. Okay, and let us convert this in the form of x of z by z here. Let us convert this into the form of x of z by z. So I'll rewrite this one. So minus z is z. So I'll take z common here. So the remaining quantity is minus z. So this is minus z plus 5 divided by, let us factorize this one here. It is 1 by 2 z. 1 by 2 we can write as 1 by 2. We need to add this one as the product of this one here. So 1 by 2 into 1 we are going to get here. So here we can divide this as a minus 1 by 2 will become equal to the minus 3 by 2 will get here. So let us do this one minus z minus 1 by 2 into z plus 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Okay, z square minus z minus 1 by 2z plus 1 by 2. So now I'm going to convert this in the form of x of z by z here. Okay, it is minus z plus 5. Okay, so this one we can take it as a z minus 1 will take, and the remaining thing can be taken as a z minus 1 by 2 will get here. So if you take a z common here, minus 1 by 2, if you take common here, it will become z minus 1 by 2. Okay, so z minus 1 and z minus 1 by 2 will get here. You know how to convert the quadratic expression into the sum of the product of the sums. We'll do this one. Now let us factorize this one. Okay, so by using the partial fraction expansion, we can do this. So z minus 1 plus b divided by the z minus 1 by 2. A divided by z minus 1 plus b divided by z minus 1 by 2. Now let us find out the values for the a and b. Let us take the LCM. So we got, so I will consider only this part, z minus pi divided by the, so z minus 1 into z minus 1 by 2, it is equal to the a into z minus 1 by 2 plus b into z minus 1, whole thing divided by z minus 1 into z minus 1 by 2. So let us cancel these terms. The denominator terms let us cancel here. So only we are left out with the numerator. So it is z plus 5 is equal to the a into z minus 1 by 2 plus b into z minus 1. Z minus 1. Now we'll substitute z is equal to 1 by 2. So this term will get cancelled. And if I substitute z is equal to 1, these terms will get cancelled. So we'll substitute here. So z is equal to 1 by 2. This implies that. So minus 1 by 2 plus 5 is equal to the a into 0 plus b into 1 by 2 minus 1 is minus 1 by 2 will get. Okay. So this will get the value for. So 5 by 2, 5 minus 1 by 2 is nothing but it will become 4.5. So 4.5 can be written as a 9 by 2. Okay, so we have a minus 1 by 2 into 9 by 2. So this implies 2 will get cancelled. So b is equal to the minus 9 will get. B is equal to the minus 9 will get. And similarly, let us substitute z is equal to the plus 1 so that we'll get the value for the a. We'll substitute z is equal to 1. So this implies that. So it is minus 1 plus 5. Okay, so this has become a into 1 minus 1 by 2 plus b into 0. B into 0 will get. So this is a into 1 by 2 will become equal to the 4, or will get a is equal to the 8 will get here. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 will get here. So that 2 if we multiply here, a will become equal to the 8 will get, and b will become equal to the minus 9. Now we'll call this as the equation number 1 here. We'll substitute this value of a and b in these corresponding equations. These corresponding equations we'll substitute here. Done. Any doubts? It's visible, right?
Yes.
Signals. Okay. So now I will substitute here in these terms. I substitute the value of a and b. In the meantime, I'm going to cross multiply z here. I'm going to cross multiply z here so that the x of z will become a into z divided by z minus 1 and b into z divided by z minus 1 by 2 will get here. So I'll rewrite here. X of z is equal to the, so the value for a is 8. We got the value for a is nothing but 8 into z divided by z minus 1. Okay, so plus the value for the b is nothing but it's a minus 9 here. So minus plus minus 9 into z divided by the z minus 1 by 2 will get z minus 1 by 2. So here we'll find out the, so this is the x of z after factorizing will get here. Now what we can do is let us find out the location of the poles here. So the location of poles, are nothing but one is at z is equal to 1 and other one is at z is equal to 1 by 2 here. The two poles are present at z is equal to 1 and z is equal to 1 by 2. Z is equal to 1 and z is equal to 1 by 2. So here also the three, similar to the previous problem, here also the three different ROCs will exist here. Okay, so the first ROC is, z is greater than the 1 will exist here. So in the problem it is not given, just I am considering the three different cases of the ROC. ROC z is greater than 1 will get here. So it is nothing but it's a positive sided sequence. Both are nothing but the positive sided sequence or the right sided sequence. Both are nothing but the positive sided sequence or the right sided sequences. Okay, so here what we can do is, so one is at 1 by 2, other one is at 1 here. Okay, so this is the real part of z and this is the imaginary part of z. Okay, so here the ROC is going to lie outside the circle. So if you want, you can put the one box here. One box we can put here. Okay, so the real part of z, 1 by 2 and 1. So now we'll write for the both the positive sided sequence. Both are positive sided sequence. We know that. Okay, so we'll consider that is alpha to the power of n into u of n. The corresponding z transform will become z divided by the z minus alpha. So provided z is greater than alpha. Provided z is greater than alpha. Okay, so in place of z, we have in place of alpha, we have 1 and 1 by 2 is z. So we can assume with this ROC, we can assume both are the positive sided sequence. Now we'll take the inverse z transform. So you can call this as equation number 1. So take inverse Z transform of equation 1. So of the equation 1, we will take the inverse Z transform. So this has become x of n is equal to 8 into, so it is 1 to the power of n is nothing but 1 only. So we can write as u of n minus 9 into 1 by 2 to the power of n into u of n. So this is the inverse Z transform. For the ROC which is given, it is both are the positive sided sequence. The next ROC we can consider with the concentric circles we can consider, which is going to lie between the similar to the previous problem. 1 by 2 is less than z is less than the 1 we can consider. So the second ROC is 1 by 2 is less than the z is less than 1 we'll consider. 1 by 2 is less than z is less than 1. So here the ROC is going to lie between the two concentric circles. One is at 1 by 2, the other one is at 1. So this is the real part of z and this is the imaginary part of z. So the ROC will become equal to the this is the real part and imaginary part of z. So this is what the ROC is going to get, the region of convergence between the two concentric circles. Two concentric circles will get is the region of convergence. So here z is greater than 1 by 2. We can split this as z is greater than 1 by 2. Another one is z is less than 1. We can split here. So this is the positive sided sequence. And this is the negative sided sequence. This is the positive sided sequence and this is the negative sided sequence we got here. Positive and the negative sided sequences. Okay, so now we'll find out one is so this is the positive sided sequence and this is the negative sided sequence. So we'll take the inverse Z transform accordingly. We'll consider the inverse Z transform accordingly. So we know that for the positive sided sequence, it is alpha to the power of n into u of n. The corresponding Z transform is so z divided by z minus alpha with z is greater than alpha and minus beta to the power of n into u of minus n minus 1. The corresponding Z transform is nothing but z divided by z minus beta with z is less than beta. With z is less than beta. Okay, so by using this one, let us take the Z transform of inverse Z transform. This is the positive and this is a negative sided sequence. Positive and a negative sided sequence. We'll take the Z transform of these terms. So take the inverse Z transform. So if you take the inverse Z transform, it will become video clarity is there, right? Can you see the video? So this is positive and this is a negative sided sequence. So this is the positive sided sequence and this will become the corresponding negative sided sequence we'll get. We'll take the corresponding inverse Z transform accordingly. So right, taking inverse Z transform of equation 1. So if you take the inverse Z transform of the equation 1, if you take the inverse Z transform of the equation 1, this is a positive and this is a negative sided sequence. So we'll get x of n is equal to, so this is minus 8 into u of minus n minus 1 will get. For the second one, it is minus 9. So minus 9 into 1 by 2 to the power of n into, so u of n will get. So this is the inverse Z transform of the sequence based on the ROC. Based on the ROC, we'll get this one. So right now, we'll take the third ROC condition we'll take here. The third ROC condition is nothing but, so it is inside the circle, both are nothing but the negative sided sequence. So we are considered, this is the positive sided sequence we are considered. This is the positive sided sequence. And this is the double sided sequence where the ROC is going to lie inside the circle and outside the circle here. So between the two concentric poles. Now we'll consider the ROC which is going to lie inside the circle, that is for the both are the negative sided sequence. So take the case 3 or the third case we'll take. The ROC is going to lie, so that is ROC, the Z is going to lie inside the circle 1 by 2. So it is nothing but, so both are the negative sided sequence. Both are the negative sided sequence. Negative sided is nothing but the time index will be negative here, not the amplitude. Negative sided sequences. Both are the negative sided sequences we'll get here. So what we'll get done is, so we'll draw the ROC for that one. So we have the two poles. One pole is located at the 1 by 2, other pole is located at the 1. So the two poles which is located at the 1 by 2 and 1. So this is the real part of the Z and this is the imaginary part of the Z. So this is the circle which is going to lie. This is the region of convergence for the negative sided sequences. Both are the negative sided sequence. So we know that for the negative sided sequence, already we have written many times the formula. So again, I'm writing for your convenience. So the Z transform is Z divided by Z minus beta with Z is less than beta. With Z is less than beta. Okay, so we'll take the inverse Z transform. The inverse Z transform of this is negative sided sequence. It will become so minus 8 into U of minus n minus 1 minus, this is minus Z 9 into minus minus of minus will get here minus 9 into again minus, because of the negative sided sequence it is 1 by 2, sorry, plus 1 by 2 into n into U of minus n minus 1. 1 by 2 into U of minus n minus 1. So this will become minus 8 into U of minus n minus 1 minus into minus plus 9 into 1 by 2 to the power of n into, so U of minus n minus 1. So this is for the double negative sided sequence, for the sequence of the negative sided sequence. So here based on the ROC, so ROC plays very important role in finding the inverse Z transform as well as in the finding the sequences, whatever the sequences we got there. So done, right? We'll go for the next problem. All the partial fractions problem will be like this only. So I'll take one problem. Afterwards, I'll go for the long division method. I'll go. So long division method is another method of finding the inverse Z transform. So that is for the finite duration sequences, or even we can take that one for the infinite duration sequence also. So take the third problem. X of Z is equal to 1 by 4 into Z inverse. So divided by 1 minus 1 by 2 into Z inverse. 1 minus 1 by 2 into Z inverse into 1 minus 1 by 4 into Z inverse. Okay, with the ROCs, we'll take the ROC, the three different conditions we'll take here. I'll tell you what are the different ROCs we can take. So now it has been given. The Z inverse is there. So we should convert in terms of the Z terms, we should convert here. If I take Z inverse and Z inverse, if I take common, that will become the Z to the power of minus 2. So what shall we do is, here Z inverse is there. So we'll multiply the highest power among this one is Z inverse into Z inverse will become Z to the power of minus 2. So I'll multiply the denominator and the numerator with the, so for this one, I'm going to split the Z square as Z into Z, I'll split here. One Z I'm going to multiply with these terms, another Z I'm going to multiply with these terms here. So that we can Z into Z will become Z square. So this does not alter the X of Z. Okay, so we'll do multiply. X of Z is equal to Z square into this will become 1 by 4 into Z will get. So Z square and Z inverse will get cancelled. And this has become Z minus 1 by 2. And this has become Z minus 1 by 4. Okay, so we can rewrite this one. We want in terms of the X of Z by Z terms we want here. I'm going to just rewrite this one as x of z divided by the z. This will become equal to the 1 by 4 into z minus 1 by 2 into z minus 1 by 4. Z minus 1 by 2 into z minus 1 by 4. Okay, now let us convert this into the partial fraction expansion. So we'll do expand. So whenever the z inverse is given, you consider take one z inverse, another z inverse, it will become z to the power of -2. So for that one, we will let us multiply z square and z square, both the denominator and the denominator, numerator and the denominator. For the denominator, one z will be here, another z will be here. Like that, we can split it and we can get into the suitable form which is required for us. Now, for this one, we'll find out the partial fraction expansion. So I'll take x of z divided by the z, which will become equal to the 1 by 4 into z minus 1 by 2 into z minus 1 by 4. So this can be written as a divided by z minus 1 by 2 plus b divided by z minus 1 by 4. A divided by z minus 1 by 2 and plus b divided by z minus 1 by 4. We'll split like this. Now, the value of a and b we need to find out. So for finding that one, let us call this as equation number 1 here. Equation number 1. So here x of z by z format we are converted. Now in order to find out the partial fraction expansion, we'll take the LCM for the equation 1 and we'll cancel out the denominators and we'll find out the values here. So it will become 1 by 4 divided by z minus 1 by 2 into z minus 1 by 4. If we take the LCM, it has become z minus 1 by 2 into z minus 1 by 4. So a multiplied by the z minus 1 by 4 plus b multiplied by the z minus 1 by 2. So these denominators we can cancel. We will get the terms z minus 1 by 4 plus b into z minus 1 by 2. B into z minus 1 by 2. So what we can do is we'll substitute z is equal to the 1 by 4 so that the a terms will get cancelled. We'll get the value for the b and so on. So this implies 1 by 4 into a into z inverse plus b into 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2. So 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2 is it's a minus 1 by 4 will get here. So that is quarter minus half is nothing but minus quarter will get here. So that is 1 by 4 is equal to the b into minus 1 by 4. So this implies that 1 by 4 will cancel. B is equal to the minus 1. B is equal to minus 1. And similarly, we'll substitute z is equal to the 1 by 2 so that we'll get the terms for we'll get the value for the a will get here. So z is equal to, let z is equal to the plus 1 by 2. This implies 1 by 4 is equal to a into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 plus b into 0. So this has become 1 by 4 into a into 1 by 4. This implies a is equal to 1 will get here. A is equal to 1. A is equal to 1 will get. Done.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll substitute back in the equation number 1. In the meantime, let us cross multiply here. Let us cross multiply this one. So it will become x of z will become equal to the x of z will become equal to, so we'll find out the value. X of z will become, so that is z I'll cross multiply, the value of a is nothing but 1 will get. So that is z divided by the z minus 1 by 2 plus the value of b is nothing but it is minus 1 here. So minus z divided by the z minus 1 by 4. So this is the value we'll get here, z minus 1 by 2 and z plus 1 by 2. So I'll write in the next page so that we can write the ROC and we can write the poles. So x of z is equal to, so z divided by z minus, so it is z minus 1 by 2 minus z divided by z minus 1 will get z minus 1 by 4 z divided by z minus 1 by 2 minus z divided by z minus 1 by 4 will get. So the location of poles are, the two poles are present here. The location of poles, z is equal to 1 by 2 and other one is z is equal to 1 by 4. The two poles are present. One is at z is equal to 1 by 2 and the other is at z is equal to 1 by 4. So based on this one, the three possible ROCs are exist here. The three possible different kinds of ROCs will exist. Okay, the first ROC is nothing but, I'll give the ROC, you try to find out the inverse Z transform. I'll give the ROCs, you try to find out the inverse Z transform for this one. So the first ROC, which is nothing but, both are positive sided sequence. So among this one, the maximum one is 1 by 2. So the Z is greater than the 1 by 2. And I'm going to draw the region of convergence also. So here both are the positive sided sequence. So both are positive sided sequence. Both are the positive sided sequences. So here we can write like this. So this is 1 by 4 and this is 1 by 2. So this is the real part of the Z and this is the imaginary part of the Z. So here we have the ROC. So we can write like this. So this is the ROC is going to lie outside the circle, it is going to lie. So it means that both are the positive sided sequences. You find out the inverse Z transform for this one. Can you do it? Okay, so you try to do this one. The second one is that the ROC, it is a double sided sequence, 1 by 4 and 1 by 2. So we can write like this, 1 by 4 is less than Z is less than 1 by 2. 1 by 4 is less than Z is less than 1 by 2. That means that, so Z is greater than 1 by 4. Other one is Z is less than the 1 by 2. The two ROCs are present. One is greater than 1 by 4 and less than 1 by 2. So we can draw it as a two concentric circles. We can draw it here, the region of convergence. One is at 1 by 4, other one is at the 1 by 2. So this is the real part of the Z and this is the imaginary part of the Z. So we can draw the two circles, we can draw it here. Okay, so this will become the concentric circles. So this is the ROC. So this is the first, Z is greater than 1 by 4. It is a positive sided sequence. And this is the negative sided sequence. Negative sided sequence. This is positive and this is a negative sided sequence. Take the ROC and find the value for the x of n. So already we did in the previous problem. Now similarly, I'll take for the next one. Similarly, I'll take for the next one, where it is going to lie between the both of the negative sided sequence we'll take here. So take the third case. So we try to do the find the inverse Z transform. ROC is going to lie inside the minimum of these two. So minimum of these two is nothing but 1 by 4. So both are negative sided sequence. Both are negative sided sequence. So here the ROC is going to lie inside the circle for the both one. So this is 1 by 4. This is 1 by 2. And this is the real part of the Z and imaginary part of the Z. And the ROC is going to lie. So this is the ROC. So both are the negative sided sequence. You can find out the x of n accordingly. So right. So like this, the